Welcome to mywordlist.com. My name is Lori Rogers, and I'm going to help you understand how to use my word list. Let's begin by getting you registered. Click here to join my word list. You see a registration box appear on your screen. Begin by entering the simple information it asks for, your first name, your last name, and your email address. And then a password that you can easily remember 2 times. Then click I agree with the Terms of Service and Privacy Policy and get started now. You need to confirm the registration before logging in. Once you click the hyperlink in the email we just sent you, you will be returned to my word list. The confirmation was successful. Now we're ready to log in. Simply add your email address and your password. And click Sign In or Enter. This is the dashboard, the main component of my word list. It takes everything you will be using on a day-to-day basis and places it on the same screen for ease of use. Let's begin by creating our first list. We go to Create a List and we need to give it a list name. Let's call it Demo List and click Add. We've just created our first list. This is the list name information. It includes a description, tags, and status. On the far right hand side we see a red X, which is used to delete the list, or a yellow pencil, which is used to edit the information. We can now add a description or tags, or change the status. Right now the status is shared, which means other users can see it. We can also make it private if we want to keep it only to ourselves. I'm going to leave it shared and click Save. I'm now ready to add my first word. I'll go back to the left side of the screen and click on Add Word. I'm going to add the word creepy. I will click the blue box to save it or the red box to delete it. And you can see that the word detail has just been populated with parts of speech, definition, example, synonym, antonym, and the ability to put a face to the word. If I don't know the definition of creepy, I can click here and look up a definition from WordNet 3.0. I will click OK. And I can now see that 2 definitions have been added, 2 examples, and a synonym. If I disagree with either of the definitions, examples, synonyms, or antonyms for that matter, I can hover my mouse over the line and the yellow pencil will appear. When I click on it, I have the option to edit or delete the information. I can also add an additional definition that I want to add. The same is true for the word example and the synonym and antonym. I can also add a face to the word, and this is one of my favorite parts of my word list because it lets me put a picture with the word to help me remember it. Now when I think of creepy, I tend to think of a daddy long-legged spider. I have a picture of one on my computer, so I can upload that image by clicking Upload. When I look in my computer, I see the picture of the daddy long-legged spider in a JPEG file. I click on it and click Open. Now, whenever I see the word creepy, I'll remember the picture in my mind of the daddy long-legged spider. I can go on to add additional words if I want, but we've already created our first list. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's create our second list by importing a custom list. First, we'll need to begin by giving it a name. I'm going to call it Import List. Then, I will need to browse for the file that I want to import. I have created a file in Excel that I saved as a CSV file. A CSV file is a very common flat file type that allows you to move information from one application to another. It doesn't necessarily have to be in Excel, but that's what I chose to do. Let me show it to you. This is my Excel spreadsheet. What I did was create a spreadsheet with 6 distinct fields in this order: word, part of speech, definition, example, synonym, and antonym. Then I put the information I wanted to appear underneath those columns. I added 2 words, anxiety and carefree. Now I'm ready to import the file. I click on Browse. I select the file from the pop-up box, Import File, CSV, and click on Open. Then I click Add. I see that the import list has just been created with the 2 words that I added. It was that simple. Let's go back to Dashboard, and we'll create the 3rd type of list. We will import a predefined list. Let's say that I'm studying for the GMAT. I might be interested in this list. I'll click on GMAT. It will ask me to add a name for the list. I'll just call it GMAT and click OK. The list has just been created with all of the words that were already added to the list. You might note that the words appear in alphabetical order. I can scroll down and look for a word by a letter, or I can simply scroll through the pages. If I want to go to the end of the alphabet, I can simply go to the last page. Let's go back to Dashboard. Across the top of the dashboard, you see 5 tabs. We've been through My List. The search list allows you to search for a list by either tag or keyword. The Dictionary tab allows you to look for words that have been predefined by others in my word list. For example, let's look at the word royalty. We'll enter it and click on Enter. And we see that someone added a crown to associate with the word royalty. It certainly works for me. I see the definitions. I see which user created it and when it was last updated. And then I see the voting poll. I can either give this word a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on how I feel about the definitions. It's a great and creative way for you to interact with other users on my word list. Last, we'll go to Statistics. Statistics allow you to keep track of your progress on my word list, either through a bar chart or by line charts and pie charts. Let's go back one last time to Dashboard. At my word list, we want this to be the best tool you could possibly use to learn new words. We want you to use the feedback mechanism anytime you want. Simply click on Feedback, and you will be given the option to enter your name, your email address, and then you can send us a message. You can give us ideas about how we might make my word list better. You can tell us about a problem you're having and we'll respond as quickly as we can, or you can just tell us about your test scores if you'd like. So back to Dashboard, and it's time for you to get ready and get to work with my word list.